Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Positively Knitting Podcast. My name is Nicole.
And I'm Stu, Nicole's companion.
Are you eating and talking, or you have a halt?
I have a halls. I got a little bit of a cold. My throat's upset. I am Nicole's companion in life, and sadly in knitting.
No, you're not. And sadly, you can't be on a podcast if you're going to be talking.
No, yeah, we're very positive here. Thus the name Positively Knitting.
Right.
Good afternoon, and hello, everybody.
You don't know if it's their afternoon.
It's afternoon here.
But I'm talking about for them. You don't
That's
know.
okay.
Okay. Anyways, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
And I am sitting here because my husband cleaned the loft while I was going to the knitting pipeline retreat.
Mm-hmm.
He cleaned it. It's gorgeous up here. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
And he also put my Y up.
I found it. You don't. The dynamic gets a little confusing, but we're actually up high. We're like on the second story inside the house.
Right.
And the Y wound up on the first floor.
It failed.
So anyway, I found it down there while I was cleaning another crafting area that my wife has.
My sewing area.
Yeah. So anyways, but you know,
the dining room.
We're not judging. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
you know we're not.
I found it down there, so I brought it back up, and I see it's upside down.
You put it that way.
I didn't put it.
You did.
I just put it on the shelf.
The cat put it that way? No, you put it that way.
I don't know.
Whatever. Okay. So, like, whatever. But you did. So, I have been getting messages and emails and stuff asking me about how the knitting pipeline retreat went for me. And also, it's getting to the point where I'm getting death threats because I haven't said anything about it. I haven't podcasted and stuff. So, the reason I haven't podcasted has been because I've been jet lagged. I didn't know anything
Yes, she
about
has.
it. I didn't know. I don't know who the heck I think.
Yes. This is a PG. This is a G. This is not 13 and above.
I
This
don't
is
know
G.
who the heck I think I am. Sorry, y'all. But I think that I'm like this young thing. I'm 20. In my head, I'm 20.
Yep.
And I can do all things. You too.
I was gonna commiserate with you because I had the same kind of experience.
Yeah, you had it while I was
While you were gone.
Yeah.
While you were gone. I fell off a skateboard and I realized that
not 20.
that I'm not 20.
Or 30.
47,
30.
47-year-olds should not be
Should
riding
not be.
skateboards. Even though I did get back on and I'm gonna keep trying.
You forgot who you were for a second.
I did. We did the math. The last time I was skating, I was 15, maybe 15 and a half.
Wow.
And the mind is willing, but the body has changed.
Right. And I guess the same for travel and jet lag and just the strain. I was tired. So, okay. So, the Knitting Pipeline Retreat is held by Paula, for those of you who don't know, but it's held by Paula of the Knitting Pipeline audio podcast. And it was basically a treat for me, for my husband, so I can go to the retreat. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was Thursday. Well, I left Thursday. It started Friday, March the 14th. I think it was March the 14th and 15th. I can't remember now.
Dates aren't important.
Yeah,
It's
anyway,
over.
it was on a Friday and a Saturday. It was held in Washington, Illinois. I made it to the retreat on Thursday, and there were knitters already there. I didn't know that knitters started arriving as early as Wednesday. So I didn't get the memo.
Poor Peoria, Illinois. Oh, Washington. Poor Washington.
Poor Washington, but we had to fly into Peoria. And they call it a puddle jumper.
Regional jet.
Puddle hopper.
Nobody calls it. You didn't hop any puddles.
Well, that's what they call it.
It's
Puddle
called the
jumper
regional
or something.
jet. Regional jet.
I got so motion sick on that thing.
Those are my favorites.
Oh, I sat all the way in the back.
Yeah,
and
that might have been part
I
of it.
got so motion sick, but I held it together.
Yes.
So yeah, and when I got there, I went to Gracie's, which is next door, a place to eat. I had fun. I got hit on by not even a 2-year-old, but hey, when you're my age, you take whatever kind of attention you can get.
I don't actually. I don't.
And then the Thursday night, I went back to the sleep-in hotel, and then there were people knitting. Right, 2 people, Lisa and Karen. I hope her name is Karen, but they were very nice. They were in there knitting in the breakfast area, which turns into like the convention / meeting room / whatever. They were sitting in there knitting, and I was burnt out, which is tired. And I went there just to be social. And they were like, go get your knitting. And so I went and got my knitting. I left my cell phone upstairs because it needed to be charged. And I sat down and knit. And There was sitting, knitting, drinking, fun. The knitters started arriving. The fun started happening. I got to meet Diana, Diana and Brittany.
Bunked with.
I bunked with the second night, and well, Diana I bunked with 2 nights, and Brittany I bunked with for 1 night. So we finally got to meet each other like face to face, because there are a whole lot of virtual friends that I got to meet in real life at the retreat, right? So he has to be gone. He wanted to podcast with me, but
Well, so I wanted to podcast. That's correct.
you're right.
And-
Oh no, I'm just saying.
And no, that is, and because I wanted to maybe enlighten knitters to their significant others' traumas during these knitting retreats. So, Nikki's telling this story. And then again, this is kind of the forest from the trees for you ladies and men that are knitters. But Nikki got out there, and it was pretty much phone call, text, phone call, text, phone call, text. And then when she got to the bar and she found that young man, the texting stopped.
I sent you the
And-
picture. You fibber.
And the phone call stopped. And the last thing I get from her is, oh, I got this free drink, and then all of a sudden nothing.
Oh, was it?
And I was, I'm not the worry type. I see and live
You're
stuff
not the
all
worry
the time. I'm not the worry type. But I actually started to worry. I mean, the phone was going right to voicemail. So I called the hotel. And I spoke to the nice person behind the desk. And I mean that. That's not sarcasm.
They were all so nice.
They were.
And everyone was so nice.
They were very nice.
Especially Jim, the shuttle driver.
And it sounded like
And Melissa.
it was a concert going on in the background without the music. I mean, she had to yell in the phone. I'm imagining that this is how she uses her phone, and not a cell phone. And she had to yell in the phone, and she was saying, she's like, I can barely hear you. And I was saying, well, my wife is, I'm looking for a room. And then she rung it, and she goes, and I'm not saying that she knew Nikki, because Nikki was the only chocolate chip in the cookie.
No, there were 2 of us there.
But she knew who I was talking about almost right away. And she's like, well, I see her. And I go, well, okay, if you see her, I just wanted to make sure she's good. And she's like, no, I can go get her for you. And I said, do you still do pages? Because I thought that would be fun. But anyway, they went and got her. But, but that's the first part. The first part there was the whole, the sudden you get to your destination, and it's like, your mind explodes because of yarn, and then it's like your whole family and anybody who cares about you is
It
like
was other people's yarn.
is like C.
First of all, it was other people's yarn.
It's okay.
And second of all, I was tired.
Well-
thirdly, I was knitting, and I told you that I was okay.
Well, the last thing you said was you got this drink.
I sent you the picture.
And that's how the 48 hours always start. So, anyways,
Okay, so everyone was, as far as the retreaters, everyone was so nice for the most part. That's the truth. But I really owe a big, big, big thank you to Knittables and to S.O. Waters, who are just 2 of the funniest, most interesting, bestest people who don't watch my podcast.
probably why they liked you.
I know, right? But they took care of me and Diana. Brittany had to leave early. She had to cut out early. Well, it wasn't early, but she had to. Early on Saturday, she had to leave, and there were still activities like dinner or something. And we needed a ride back to the hotel. And Stephen and Diane, they stepped up and they helped us out and they gave us a ride. They took care of us, and then they became friends. It's like
That's how it happens.
You know these people, but you don't know these people. And shut up. Anywho, they are just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. Yay. Okay, and I met so many great people. The podcasters, I met most of the podcasters that were there. The ones that I really, really knew, we got together, and it was great. Joanna Spring is wonderful. She's so sweet. Of course, Diana, who is his handmaid of the Sit That Didn't podcast, she's my girl. So it was the same. It was good to see that people are the same way that they are on their podcast as well as in person. I have to say though, Diane, he can't
Yeah.
differentiate between Knittables,
Well,
Diana and Diane. Like
yeah,
he doesn't know them. He knows
that-
Diana
right.
and Knittables.
And I know their voices, and,
Right.
and like when I called Nikki a couple times, I could hear Diane
Nah.
in the background.
Right. So now I call them Knittables and Diana.
Right.
So, but Knittables, I have to say, is a whole lot funnier in person.
She tones down for
She-
the podcast.
I think she may turn it down just a little.
Oh.
She's a whole lot. She's such a nice person.
That's good.
And Diana gave me yarn and yarn scraps, but she gave me yarn and fabric as a thank you. Oh, I left my fabric down that I brought. Anyways, so the retreat itself was a whole lot of sitting and knitting and a whole lot of socializing. There were a lot of retreaters. When you walked in, what I did get was before we even made it to the retreat, we went to on a little yarn crawl to, I think it's called the Unique Sheep. It's a mother-daughter yarn shop, and that's where I got to meet Knittables and Steven in person, and it was on and cracking from there for us. It was like crazy love affair. But as far as going to a yarn shop, if you want to go to the yarn shop and buy stuff, and you need somebody to encourage you to buy that yarn, I'm not that person. Don't take me.
No, it's not.
I'm not. I'm more of the talk you out of it. Do you really need it? Kind of.
You are very reasonable in your yarn purchases. That's the way I would
So much so that I didn't get anything from the Unique Sheep. Oh wait, I almost did. Only thing that I purchased, I didn't need any yarn. There was nothing that I really had to have. I didn't see anything regional that like just grabbed
That's what
me.
I always try to do. If I'm away and I'm trying to get something for Nikki, that's the first words that. And I don't. And again,
Local. You have anything local?
You know, and I think that maybe some of these yarn
Not
shops
local.
should do things like that. Just because you live in that town and hey, I live here. Maybe you should have something. It's not special, but for somebody who's passing through, it is special. And that was what I always look for. The first thing I look for when I go into a yarn shop.
Oh,
I'll
it's
even
called
ask.
Unique Yarns. I know I'm calling it Unique Sheep. It's called Unique Yarns. EWE.
Like an ewe.
Yeah.
Like a boy sheep.
Is that what a boy sheep is?
It's an ewe.
Okay. Anyways, so I didn't get any yarn, but what I did get was 3 old Debbie Bliss magazines, and they were $2 a piece. And I got
Is that a
them.
bargain, or is
That's
that
a
more?
bargain
Okay.
because how much are they normally? They're $7.99.
Yeah. So
So-
for 3 you got 1,
So yeah.
or for 1 you got 3.
And so many patterns, and what really started it was this cardigan on front. I like this.
That's
I'm
very
like,
nice.
I can make this. There are no sleeves, and I can make this. So I picked it up, and then I went through the stack, and I found 2 more. So I got those 3, and that was only $6, and I was proud of myself for
As you should.
getting that.
Looks-
And then we
looks
went to
great.
the retreat, and when you walked in, and you signed your name. You got you a button that said who you were. Can you pass me that bag?
This bag?
Mm-hmm.
This bag?
Right. So here's my button. So you got a button that said who you, and I did take, of course I had to go with my knittings, my bags. And that was, I took my retreat bag, which is the big bag that's pink and black and white. And then inside that bag, I took my cousins. That's what I keep calling. I took my cousins, and I took another bag. Oh, my cousins with the big head.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like that one too.
yes. So I was representing for my girl, right? But so I got my
Lois
button.
makes very, I mean, and
They're great.
there is always the bias that she's our friend, but
Yeah.
I see a lot of bags, and all her stuff is very nice.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know she picks special stuff for Nikki, so that adds to it. But
Yes,
all her
but-
bags are, the fabric and the quality, very, very.
Yeah, she does. But before we were even good friends, good friends, she does custom bags. Like you can find fabric and have it
Here
shipped to
she's
her.
playing- Well, never mind.
Okay, so as I was saying,
I'm
I
listening.
got my button,
Yes,
and
you
then
did.
you went over and you met Paula, who was very nice. She gave me a hug. You met Paula, and you got a bag. So this is the bag.
This is the
Yeah.
bag?
This is the bag. This is not everything. Everything that's in it is not everything that I got, but this is the bag that you got. And you know, there are people who were flossing their red knitting pipeline retreat bags. That was from last year. Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. I
Isn't
like it.
it?
I like it when you go to events and people bring the stuff, the
From
swag from
last
last year.
right.
I always think that's cool.
So, yeah, I got this bag, and inside of the bag were, here, this wasn't in there.
We can set this aside.
Yeah,
we
we
won't
set
toss
this
it.
too.
It's nice yarn.
Because I was bringing stuff up
This
from,
might not be such nice yarn.
oh, we just bought that from Joanne. I hope it's in here.
So while Nikki digs, you know, again, back to
Here it is.
to the significant other left behind. So by day 3, first Nikki was gone for 4 days. 2 days I had to work. I'm sure you've heard the dynamic of the home, but just in case you haven't, let's recap real quick. Lots and lots of little kids. And
Lots and lots. You make it sound like, I don't know why everyone says.
they're coming out of the
Everyone
rafters.
says, like, I got a ton of
Yep.
kids. Okay, first of all, I have one
When you
natural
slam the
one.
door, stuff will fall out the ceiling.
Well, that's kids.
Kids.
Kids fall out the
Fall out the ceiling.
No, okay. No, let me clarify this because you make it sound, everyone makes it sound like I have a ton.
We have two teen boys.
Yeah, and then on the weekend
And-
we get
And then
Jason's brother.
we had a wonderful
don't talk about it.
babysitter.
Oh yeah, my cousin.
Yeah, we had a
he's here
wonderful
now.
babysitter.
Who's here now?
He was here now today, just hanging out.
He's 16.
But he was watching. But anyway, by the time Saturday rolled around and I was off, it was like
Oh,
I had
and
to
Dillingham-
climb over stuff to get through the house
so
because
that's
no
four-
woman. There was
so
no
that's
woman in the
Four
house.
boys. So it was
Okay.
a 6-year-old, 12-year-old, 14-year-old, and a 16-year-old, and you.
Yes, and nobody was cleaning. Nobody was taking care of business. Nobody was doing anything. And so by day 3 or day 4, it started getting. It was getting a little deep in.
Flies were.
Yeah. And we lost Dylan for like 40 minutes. So, that's something you got to think about too, knitters on your retreats.
Well, a cleaning crew.
You know,
You don't
maybe
think about no. Because
maybe you should.
They shouldn't think about that because I think that I left my boys with a responsible adult and almost an adult. So he still hasn't grown, but I don't need to worry about that. You know, it's your job as someone left behind to make my getaway easy, like I make yours.
Yes, and the honest truth is that I'm joking about it, but it is something to think about. I mean, if you have a significant other and that knits, I don't think any SOs are watching this show for their knitters, but
You never know.
but you should give them a little time away. Let them have a little fun. Go out, knit, hang out with the people you hang out with, indulge, and put them in a place where they don't have to call or they don't have to worry about the kids or the mess or etc. Even though Nikki did, and I actually got a nice text from her saying something about I forgot who my family was, but we pulled through. The other half without the leader. The other half,
First
the
of all,
troops.
can I give my props though? Because I
Yes.
did call the boys and wake them up for school. Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Because I work
did.
nights,
Yeah.
and so when they're getting up early in the morning
It's
for
hard
school,
for him to do it.
it's-
So I
yeah.
called and anyways.
And the boys were great.
Okay, enough
Okay.
about you.
All right.
Okay.
I'm
So
talking about
back.
the boys.
So in the bag
In the bag.
was 2 skeins of Quince & Company yarn. Now, I already own one skein of this colorway, so having another 2, even though they probably don't match perfectly, is completely fine with me. And there were different colorways. There was a new colorway that was released that people were getting. It was but there were different colors of Quince & Company yarn. So I got the dogwood, so that's fine. So that's what you got, right? So that's cool.
Yeah,
no?
it is very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
And I know you don't have feel-o-vision, but it does.
It's American wool.
Yeah, it's nice.
Made in America.
Nice.
Yes, okay. So, anyways, there was socializing. Everybody, oh my God, the people, I got, the bag is over there. I brought it up here, but iRock Knits gave me a little bag, and it's all the podcasters. She just says that her personal thank you for doing what we do, which is so sweet. And it says on the bag, it's next to the, down there. Because I put it up, I threw it from the the bedroom.
Oh, that little bag.
Yeah.
The sack.
Yes, the set. And it says, Corey, who is iRock Knits, right? It says, if If
I think I
you,
follow her on Instagram.
she's so nice, and her
I think
daughter
I
has
do.
the best bangs ever, and is so talented. You know, she's just a very nice person. She came with the Stockinette Zombie. She had a car full of fun. Her car full of fun. She had a car full of fun. I got to meet the wonderful ladies, the wonderful Stockinette Zombies. I got to meet everybody. Everybody was super nice. I mean, they're like, okay, Auntie, because you hear this lady, Auntie, she's so sweet and lightning, and like everybody, I can't even remember all the names. There are people who will walk up to me and just introduce themselves. I made a new friend named Janice.
Was Mona
because
Presley there?
no, she wasn't there. I made a new friend named Janice because she came by herself.
You
Much
came
like
by
I
yourself.
did, but I was meeting people.
Right.
And she needed a table, and they placed her at our table. And trust me, people, our table was the place to be. If you wasn't at our table,
I wasn't.
but it was. We had lots of fun. Anyways, Corey's bag says, if you could spend an hour with anyone living or dead, what would you knit? That's a play. Yeah, right? You get it. Because people are like, I don't get it. It's a play on if you could spend an hour with anyone living or dead, who would it be? She's like, forget who you would pick. What would you knit? I want to know what you would have in your hand. So that's such a knitter thing
That's
to
a
do.
knitter thing.
Isn't it?
Gosh darn knitters.
Okay. And I met Libby of the Multi-Craftual podcast. She does that with Jess, who is Jess Dodd, who is, was my swap partner, and she made me the rat for Fantastic Mr. Fox. And you guys can't see behind you, but on the wall in the loft, which should probably be over there, she made the possum, who is Kylie, and the rat. And
watercolor, beautiful.
Yeah,
very, very cool.
She did it by hand.
Yeah.
So it's hanging on our walls. But her partner in crime, Libby, was there, and Libby did a belly dance, and we sent a message to Jess that I'm going to be there next year, and she better be there next year. It's going to be on
and cracking.
Right. And everybody was just.
So all in all, you didn't have any fun?
I had a horrible time. I had a horrible.
Next year I'm going.
Yeah, hopefully next year, because there will be going. Okay. Then on the last day there was a market, right?
What kind of market?
Yarn market. There was market. Yeah.
Oh, was that at the church where I saw the belly dancing? And
I was sending him.
Yes, I saw that.
Videos of belly dancing.
Yes.
Of Libby and everything that was going on. If you're on Instagram, people were posting pictures too. So, I mean, a good way of getting to know what I'm doing as far as knitting wise, and even sometimes personally, is to follow me on Instagram and to follow him too, because he'll put what I'm doing.
Never. I'm very egocentric.
Whatever.
Egocentric.
Okay, so Market Day came, and one of the good, beautiful, wonderful people that I met was Jennifer, who's Daisy Knits. Her yarn is Daisy Knits, and she's Daisy. Everybody calls her Daisy, and her mother is just so wonderful. Like everybody was mostly everybody was just so nice. I have to give qualifiers because everybody wasn't wonderful all the time. But the locals, the lady from the coffee shop, the blend, oh my gosh, she was so sweet. The people in the church helping out, they were just so sweet and wonderful. And because a tornado had just come through there. Was it last?
Well, not just.
Yeah, but a tornado had come through and devastated a lot of the town, and they were just nice. They were just nice. Anyways, so okay. But Jennifer, she was so just over the top sweet, positive, happy. She's the type of dyer that I want to support. She's the type of dyer, indie dyer, that I want to keep in business, because she will do whatever. If it's not right, she will make it right. She's just sweet and positive and cheery, right? And so I went to support her. I went and purchased a skein of yarn, and this is the only thing that I purchased at the market. And there were lots of people enough people vending, but there was Sun Valley Fibers, I think, which I really kind of wanted to get some, but I didn't, because I'm trying to be responsible, round out the stash, not just grab. The Fat Squirrel had her bags, but I like who I like for my bags, but she did have her bags, and they were very nice. I'm clumsy with the zippers. I will zip up my.
Yeah.
I was, I mean, my yarn. I was above my yarn. So, anyways, but I went and I had an agenda. I went to the Daisy Knits setup and I got a skein of yarn. And so this is Daisy Knits hand dyed yarns and fibers. And her name, if you guys want to follow her on Ravelry, is Daizie, and that's how you spell the shop name. I will put links in the show notes and in the groups. And so this one is called Just Peachy, and this is on her pedal base. This is 50% fine alpaca,
Fine.
30%
Not the regular
merino, and
alpaca.
20% silk. I purchased this skein for my friend Lois, my girl Lois.
You did?
Because yes, every time she goes anywhere, Rhinebeck, when she goes to
We'll try to get
Maine,
there.
wherever she goes,
She always brings something.
she always brings me yarn.
And
So
that's-
because she couldn't come, I wanted to get her a skein of squishiness. Isn't it
Squishy.
squishy? And these are her
It is
colors,
squishy. It is
right?
very squishy.
And that and it was $25 for 540 yards of worsted weight.
And Nicole doing the Nicole thing, which everybody should do. Support your local, independent
The ones you
knitters,
love when you get
dyers,
right.
and those are the people that are making this special and making
Right.
this real. I mean, of course, there's like whatever
that
the Red Lion and stuff.
Red
but
Heart.
whatever their name is, and you need that too.
You do.
But the independents, these guys,
They,
those are the guys you should be helping out.
okay. Well, because Jennifer's such a good businesswoman, she was like, well, she has a sister.
Lois?
No, the yarn.
Oh,
So I got the second skein for me. Yeah, I got 2 skeins, and that was it.
is that enough to make something though?
It is enough to make something. It is enough to make something. As a matter of fact, I was looking on Ravelry, and see, you're asking the right questions, because not only did she give me, not only did I get that,
And you get the
once,
bag for free.
once I purchased that, she said to pick out a skeins to give away on the podcast, and so I got this beautiful skein.
Oh, that was nice of
Wasn't
her.
it nice of her? He wasn't here.
Okay.
This is Hardy 2.0. This is 80/20 superwash merino, and of course, 80% merino superwash and 20% nylon. 400 yards.
So who are we gonna give this to?
Well, we're going to have a contest, and I will talk about it in next week's podcast, because I didn't want to.
Best Instagram comment?
No, because everybody's not on Instagram. You have to think about it. Everyone is not on Instagram. So we're going to have a contest. Well, I'm going to have a giveaway, and I will figure out what I'm
Not
going
a
to
contest,
do. Not a
giveaway.
contest. Yeah, giveaway. I'm giving this away. Thank you.
You
Thank you
don't-
so
you
much,
don't have to
Daisy. What?
Compete to get
You
this.
don't have to compete.
It's
You
just
just have
luck.
to be lucky, right?
Luck, yes.
But the reason I didn't want to just announce something and give away with it, because I didn't want to give away something that I hadn't really knit with. So I went to go look for a pattern for my 540 yards so I can start knitting with it, and then I'm going to give away.
It's very responsible of you.
I know,
No.
I knit responsibly. That should be a t-shirt.
That's very cool.
Okay? So you guys, there will be a podcast next week for real, because the boys are on spring break. Okay. Was I a little too happy about that?
No, they'll be off of spring.
No, they're still on spring break next week.
Oh, but next week they're going back.
The
to
week
school.
after they go back.
That's when we're happy.
They don't go back to school till like the
Okay.
31st or whatever days that, not the weekend.
We're going skating tomorrow. That's what
Yes.
And I actually.
he
have
has
a-
to get ready to go to
I was
work.
gonna say I have a red carpet. I have to.
Yes.
I'm not on. I'm
He's recording.
Yeah.
He's yeah. It's for the what is it? I forgot.
some Disney show.
Yeah, the Pirate Fairy, the Ferret Pirate, the fairy.
I don't know if you should be telling this stuff. This
The
is top
fairy-
secret. Now you can't release this for like 5 more hours.
It won't be up because it takes YouTube forever. Okay, the Pirate Fairy. Like I said, a fairy pirate.
Fairy pirate.
I'm still tired.
Arr.
I'm still tired. So, okay, since he has to get ready to go, I'm going to go too.
Okay.
So I can get this up. And that was my retreat experience. Overall, I would do it again. There's a lot that I would do different. I have learned a lot. But it was overall a good experience. I am looking forward to, if I don't get to Rhinebeck this year, I'm
will.
going next year for sure. For sure. There is no way that I will miss another, because I have people that I want to see.
People that know
Yeah,
people.
I got peoples.
And you know what? I want to thank anybody that was, made friends with Nicole. I mean, she's easy. I mean, I don't mean it like that. Like she's special. But thanks anybody that was out there that's watching.
Thank you guys. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
You made her experience awesome.
Who came up and introduced themselves to
Right.
me. I was so tired, you guys. It won't be that way next year because I'll be smarter. Like, really. The travel and stuff. Well, for real, I know better. There's a lot that I would do different.
And you were stressing. And if I go
I
next
was
year,
stressing.
you might stress less. But then
I
again, you
was
might have to keep
stressing
track of a
more.
child. So, anyways.
One of my kids.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
Anyways, I gotta run. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I don't want to make it.
No, it's okay. So, the positive thought for this episode, you guys, is make the best of the situation. Period. Point. That's it. Make the best.
And mine, this is where I left the pause so Nikki could edit. But mine is that recently I discovered that many scholars in our past write about great things about life and revelations. And sometimes reading that is a great to be learned and to read scholars. But, it really truly is better to live life and experience things.
Oh.
Happy, sad, tragic,
I get what you're
joyful.
saying.
And that's just something to think about.
Okay. That's it. Okay, so until next time, we hope you guys have a wonderful week full of knitting, crocheting, sewing, woodworking,
No
stenciling, bow making,
tagging.
Instagramming, hanging out with friends, whatever makes your heart happy. And we hope that you guys will join me or maybe him too. But he talks a lot.
Be artistic, be creative, make it happen.
Be happy. And
Be happy.
yeah. Well, anyway, you messed it up by ending.
Bye.
That's not the ending. You got to say, we'll hope you join us here next time in the loft.
I hope you join us here next time in the loft, Nikki at least, and hopefully I'll be here too.
Well,
You guys have a great.
Where I'll be positively knitting.
Well, you'll
Do
be
I go
positive.
to your job and like totally, when you're flying, do I talk?
You should.
I don't. Okay. Bye, you guys.